My name's Trevor Gearhart, and I am really excited about the start of a new school year. We have hundreds of students on campus, which means that there's all kinds of bustling activity going on here right now. Our students just arrived last week, and now they have one full week of classes under the belt, and so we are off to a great start. In addition to a lot of brand new students this year here at Northland, we also have a brand new president, and I'm so thankful to be able to introduce to you, or perhaps to reintroduce to you, Mr. Daniel Patz, our brand new president. Daniel, thank you.
Trevor, it's great to be here, and I say great to be back because this is a campus that I grew up on. First 22 years of my life, and have been away in the Twin Cities area in Minnesota, and am now back. And it has really been quite a remarkable thing to be able to come back and be here to fulfill a mission that my grandfather started, and I pray and trust that God has exciting plans for the days, years, and I trust decades to come.
Yeah. Daniel, would you mind telling us a little bit about your vision for at least this semester, maybe even beyond? What is it that you see as the core mission that God has called you to accomplish here at Northland?
Yeah. Big picture, our mission is to prepare servant leaders to change the world through the power of the gospel of Jesus Christ. That is our big picture mission. And in four things that I think are really important about Northland, about that mission, is that we want to be driven by a God-centeredness. We are all about pursuing the glory of God that in our mission and what we do, and bringing the gospel to the nations. Secondly is a discipleship focus in the academics to the student experience, that the students are discipled and they long to disciple others. Thirdly, we want to be all about Great Commission living, both now while at Northland and going out. We have a history of missionaries and missions, and we are so committed to driving missions at Northland. And lastly, and what I love about Northland, it is an out-of-the-way environment that allows for a type of community and a focused preparation.
So true. And you know, I've heard you several times too, Daniel, articulate the fact that in order to accomplish that mission, we really have got to be intentional and purposeful. And so you and I have discussed several times at least a few specific ways that we plan to accomplish that. Would you mind sharing some of those ideas for this semester?
Yeah, I'll mention three things that we have just coming up. Starting this Monday, September 9th, and on Mondays, I'm going to be beginning a sermon series in chapel on the book of Philippians. And as Carson says, there is something about a letter that was written by somebody that was unjustly put in prison and is there for the sake of Christ. You want to listen to what he has to say as he speaks to the churches. And we're going to be looking at the book of Philippians on Mondays. You'll be able to follow us by the podcast or through live streaming. And I pray that God would use that in the lives of the students, in my own life, faculty and staff, as we are preparing ourselves for ministry.
Right. But there's much more than just student-focused activities. There's also some other activities that even some of our online listeners can take part in. Would you mind telling us about some of those as well?
Well, for Northland, both in the coming weeks, we having what we call Focus Week, which is kind of the beginning of the year. Bring in a speaker that will charge us, challenge us, call us to follow Jesus. And we are having J.D. Crowley come all the way from Cambodia. He has a heart for Northland. He has a heart for the nations. He has a heart for God. And I look forward to seeing how God is going to use J.D. as he comes and speaks to us in September, starting September 15th. And we'll have that all in the chapel time at 10 a.m. and then in the evening. And I believe that will be a blessing.
I think so too. And all those sessions will be available at live.ni.edu. And then if you're an alumnus, a person who graduated from Northland, whether it was recently or many years ago, we actually have a brand new event that we have never done before that I'd love for you to be able to tell them about if you would, Dan.
Yeah, I'm very thankful for the alumni that God has given. I think we have about 34 years of alumni that are out there serving the Lord in all different places. And we want to invite you to come back to Northland in many different events. But one of our first come back to Northland event is our homecoming this year, October 17, 18, and 19. It starts on a Thursday. The big focus will be on Friday during chapel, as it goes through the soccer game Friday night and soccer games on Saturday. big guest that we'll be having is Coach Jim Phillips, or Pastor Phillips, who has been a vital part of Northland, especially in the late 80s and then the 90s, as God used him to, I believe, really bring a discipleship model of athletics to the athletic program at Northland. He'll be coming, he'll be speaking. We're going to be honoring him and how God has used him through the years in the tradition of ministry through athletics, as well as celebrate the 20th anniversary of our first national soccer title.
Yeah. If there's anybody who understands the concept of being a disciple and making many, it's Jim Phillips. And so I'm so grateful that he'll be here for that. We hope you'll continue to join us right here as we continue more of these video updates. And then keep up with us once again on live.ni.edu as we broadcast from the campus of Northland International University. God bless. Have a great day.
Thank you.